Birmingham. Since
Yes,
we know
preview
Birmingham,
Birmingham.
and we can preview Birmingham right now. So let's go down. Let's go top to bottom. Okay, so let's
Okay,
start
so
at the
South
top.
Carolina, Maryland, right? We've
Mhm.
had some history with them. They typically play us pretty tough, going back to Angel Reese's days. But we get the win, so I ain't really tripping off it. Shout out to Brenda. She's Hall of Fame coach, doing her thing. Got them. This is her 17th Sweet 16 appearance.
Something like that. A crazy good
Yeah,
number. Whatever
it
it
says
is.
17. Yeah. Cheyenne Sellers is a bucket.
Yeah.
Like, she's not moving super fast, but she didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she's crafty. She knows how to get to the basket. So that's going to be something. I think our speed is going to be able to like create some problems because again, she was not moving that fast at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not too much. I expect the freshies, the little freshmen, my trio of the future, Tessa, Malaysia, and Joyce to like get back in a rhythm. They saw what I believe to be the hardest matchup of the postseason until we get to like the final. So the final four.
You think Indiana would be harder than Duke?
Yes, because they match up better. No. Like
no. I feel you. Go ahead.
Yeah, like what we was talking about last night. Like
Mm-hmm.
Indiana is always a nightmare for us. They stretch the floor. They force us to do things differently defensively. They had Joyce in hell. They took her out of her comfort zone. Like they just do a lot of things that irritate us that a lot of other teams aren't capable of replicating because they don't have that personnel. So Indiana is always like a thorn in our side.
Yeah.
And I think since we've made it past them, Maryland doesn't match up too well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Duke or North Carolina.
I tell you,
things fun.
The Duke is the only reason, like compared to past years with Duke, that like I could be like, what's if it get interesting is because they've had a couple more like offensive pop off games than normal,
right.
Like the NC State second half, right? or even the second half of this Oregon game, like seeing Ashland Jackson just randomly go off for 20, like in that game. Now, obviously, those are two different teams that you're talking about. The South Carolina.
That's what I'm saying.
So like, I'm still not like I mean, South Carolina's in my Final Four, my bracket for good reason, So like, I'm not worried about it in that sense, but in the terms of like keeping it interesting and like the potential for it, it would have to be an incredible. I mean, it's Duke at their absolute best. I mean, it's a
and that's what I'm saying.
40 even minutes then, like, of second half against NC
They
State.
might get like a 10-2 run, right? And then that's when we're like, all right, shut this down.
Yeah, I know that's
I can't have Pow with 3 blocks in a game.
Yeah,
against the talented Indiana team, and like if she's locked in like that, like we're getting blocks. Like Pow has been a solid defender, but like you typically think of Bree Hall and Raven Johnson as like our premier perimeter defenders. If Pow's getting rim protection, like.
Hey, what was it? Seatbelt game? Is that what it is?
She said she was in seatbelt game. She earned initiation in the seatbelt game, and I'm like, that's concerning for opponents. So
yeah,
I don't expect the Maryland game to be too. It'll be close for like first couple minutes and what have you, just because again Cheyenne Sellers is a bucket, but then I don't see it going past that. Duke, North Carolina.
That's a basketball game.
I just keep thinking of Andrew.
Just absolutely shitting on that game.
That was insane.
Yeah, that's a game that we'll watch. You'll be there in person.
I'll be there. I'll see what's going on. I'll see what's happening.
There's always potential for hate, which is nice. Like that's always fun.
There's food in the media room. That's even better. So I can see what they got going. But like, it should be a game. It should be fine. It should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. All I know is if I'm South Carolina, I understand. If you want to build it, like the comments that Don had like before the tournament and everything. But man, I'm smiling about this path I have to the Final Four.
Like, and that's why I'm not tripping.
Yeah, I'm feeling really, really good. I think it's
do what you do.
It is the easiest path by far. Like it's not even debatable in my eyes.
Okay, so then we get to the bottom half, and you got Texas and Tennessee, and that's gonna be an absolute.
I genuinely like that. Like, I mean, again, like we saw Tennessee go to Austin, Texas, and lose barely in a game that was like totally back and forth the entire. Like that was a legit basketball game. It wasn't some like late run just to make the score look better. Like no, like that was legit in Austin. Like, and coming off that Ohio State win, like where, like that was a hard game to win. Like they earned that win in that way. So like
Tennessee beat UConn. I would like to remind everybody that we are still in the exact same season that Tennessee beat
I honestly think the UConn win after South Carolina really made people forget that Tennessee beat UConn. Like I feel like I haven't seen that discussed a lot because I think a lot of it.
Which is why I'm here. So Tennessee beat UConn.
Because I think the win was more about UConn's downfall than it was about what Tennessee was building in the discourse of it. And so like they bounced back against South Carolina, so everyone was like, oh, okay, cool. And we kind of just left that there. And Tennessee had like their own problems towards the end of the season as well, which also like came through with that. So like you had Tennessee had their own issues as well. But now that we're back and it looks like Tennessee is back to playing at the level that they were, we got to talk about that.
Okay, so and that's what I was saying about like is the pressure off UConn. Like nobody is harping on how Tennessee beat them for the first time since like Pat was with us. Like it has been a long time since Tennessee has beat UConn, and they did that. So we weren't really talking about like, hey, is UConn like, or is Tennessee back? Like what's going on? That's what I'm saying. Like the pressure is off of them. And then it's funny watching this matchup because it's like Texas again bringing their 42 points. Tennessee might shoot 42 threes. So now we're going to see an absolute clash of styles and
I mean, because if Tennessee starts dropping those threes, like, what does Texas do? Like honestly, like at this point, like what is the pivot for Texas? I don't know the answer to that. Like if they are able to not turn the ball over, like being Tennessee not turning the ball over. And they're just like consistently hitting. It doesn't even have to be like any type of like crazy mark because Tennessee has a good defense as well. So like on top of Texas' struggles offensively, like, look, man, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously there was so much discourse going into the tournament about Texas and being the number one seed and their matchup, and I think everyone had eyed like the winner of the Ohio State Tennessee as like that first like, okay, like prove it, So I'm very intrigued. And I think that there's a very, very real world where Tennessee wins that game. And honestly,
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, like I think there's probably a lot of people out there that think it's more likely that they win than don't, to be honest with you. Because I mean, I think that's just where the opinion from the like the discourse has brought to Texas. So like I don't know, man. I'm intrigued. And I think they have players to put on Madison Booker. Like it's different than like what South Carolina did with like a Breezy, but like you could do that. They got the facilities for that. So, hold on. UConn beat SC by 30. UConn ended SC 71 home game streak. This combo is hilarious. That's the thing. We're not.
Is SC playing UConn right now, or are we talking about Tennessee?
Well, that's the thing. UConn? We're talking like we're bigging up Tennessee because they beat UConn because UConn beat South Carolina.
Oh, like, I'm just.
Well, I know you're. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say independent. It don't matter what South Carolina did against UConn. That didn't help them against Tennessee. So what are we bringing up South Carolina for if UConn couldn't beat Tennessee? UConn did not beat Tennessee this year. Yes, you see. Okay.
Okay, we're on the same page. All right. Hell yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Tennessee could pull this upset.
Yeah.
And then we would have some nasty conversations about Texas.
Because I think this is also true. I think they absolutely would have rather seen Ohio State over Tennessee. Like they were rooting for Ohio State in that game.
Yeah, because you don't know. Ohio State is very easy to like. They match up. They have similar personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to press full court. We want to like muddy up the game. We want to do yada yada yada. 42 points might be split between us.
God, it really might have been.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like that would have been like a rolling in the mud pig pen type fight. This one is like,
and Texas is down with that. That's
yeah.
that's okay. Tennessee, they mess up like Tennessee messes up games, but like it's still a very open game where Ohio State messes up games and kind of closes it down. But yeah, that'll be fun. And again, like I mean, to your point, if Texas goes and loses that game, ooh.
Lindsey Godler gonna sit up like Shannon Sharp.
Oh, hey man, that would be wicked. That would be incredibly wicked. Now this last one, some old school HVL ACC hate, and we get HVL versus Hannah Hidalgo. Like we haven't seen that. We never got that.
Yes, early in this, who was out? Oh, in the ACC.
Yes. He said they did. I was totally like, yeah. No,
they did play it.
Yeah, no. I was thinking purely ACC. But yes, they did play earlier. So we have got that. Yes, this is right. But regardless, we're getting it again. So
yes, because we didn't get that ACC when she was at Louisville because she's older. And so then they beat them earlier this season. Yeah. So now it's kind of like the team that was there when she was at Louisville is like, we don't like you. And then Hannah's probably like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and this is a good point too. The Notre Dame being fully healthy against. I mean,
flow sports.
That is that is true because the flow. Look, man, those Thanksgiving tournaments are absolutely dangerous. Like that's like the Twilight Zone on Thanksgiving. And if it's on Flow Sports, did it really happen?
Exactly. Free the games. Abolish Flow Sports.
So. Did it really happen? I don't know. TBD. But yeah,
I'm so excited for that game. I'm so excited for that game. Like they're cooking. Like I love Donovan Hunter. Like
I loved her at Oregon State last year. Like
yes,
it's a very different. It's completely different now. Like the role that she's playing,
she's still able to like flourish in it. Mm-hmm. She's a hooper, and so she was an X factor at in Oregon State where you have the focus primarily on like, Reagan Beers and then she had like Tamia Gardner and Talia Van Olenhoff and like there were other and she was a freshman.
Yeah.
So it's like she had other pieces and she was still able to get in where she fits in and then she's doing the same thing here. So there's technically a big three on both sides. You got what did they call Hannah and they call Hannah and Olivia something. H2O?
Oh, yeah, it was H2O.
H2O, yeah, Hannah Hidalgo. H2O, yeah. So you got H2O and Sonia Citron H2O? Lemon water? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But like you got H2O, Sonia, and then you got HBL, Sedona, and Donovan. Bro, that video is so funny. That video is I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I've watched that video at least 42 times, and I focus on a different person each time. Yeah. And it's like, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go on my timeline. Scroll down till you see the celebration of TCU.
It's when they put the name like on the bracket. They stick it on the bracket, and
oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. They're so sick of her, and I don't even know if they were sick of her in general or just sick of her in that moment. But that video is so funny.
To be honest, it doesn't matter.
It does not
for that video specifically. Like it doesn't matter because we got that moment, and like
it's so funny.
Oh my god. The fact that it was like a jump cut too. Like you go from like them like really enjoying Haley and then cut and like everyone just
because you could tell Haley's was an authentic moment. Like she literally like impromptu started dancing and I don't know what she was doing honestly, but like
look, man, but like everyone was messing with it, so it's like
yeah,
like, do whatever,
okay,
do whatever.
Hey, and then she was like, it's like when little kids see something work for some other little kid and they're like, I want attention too, like, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing, and it's just like, no, move.
Yeah.
Also, you're 31, like, calm down. And everybody was just like,
No, that was so funny.
Who was that number 14? Like she was
my
like
God.
clapping for Haley, and then she was like,
bro, a deadly side eye from
then, like,
across the board. Like
Donovan like walked away.
oh my God.
Oh man.
Bro,
that was so funny.
That was so funny. That might just be a great place to end it. Just leave it on that note because look, man. We'll see what happens with Juju. What a shitty thing to happen. Like, obviously, all the best wishes and everything. But I mean, damn.
Yeah.
What a shame.
But be sure to like, subscribe.
Yeah, let's
tune in. Because we're gonna be talking about it.
Yeah.
We will talk about, because hey, if she's good to go, this changes everything, and we can talk happy.
Yes.
And so we're going to think positively. Like it's a sprain, it's a kneecap. I don't know. We're gonna think positive and hope that it does. The prognostication is in our favor. But yeah, so just like, subscribe, because I'm gonna be in Birmingham. I'm gonna get us some stories. I'm gonna talk about Hailey Van Lith Bowl. Shout out to Hailey Van Lith. Her story is pretty incredible to be that open.
Oh yes.
In a locker room press conference, like that's huge, and she's gonna help somebody. So really, shout out to her. We're gonna be in Birmingham. We're gonna have content, boots on the ground, behind the scenes stuff, mascot dances. I don't know. See who's famous in this dance. I don't know who's famous in Birmingham. I don't know who I need to check.
Maybe Lisa Leslie.
Perhaps. Go get your home field merch. There's still teams involved. If you're a Tennessee fan, now is a great time.
They got so much good Tennessee stuff, y'all. Their Tennessee stuff might be the best on the website. I'm not gonna.
If you haven't seen it, go look up Candace Parker and home field merch.
Yeah,
she was doubled up.
Yeah,
she will
layers on layers.
So go get your home field merch. No cap 15 off, 15% off your first purchase. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Again, you might be sitting here like, I come in here every day. I don't know how. It's because you're getting a notification. Now, some of you may have just seen it on Twitter. You need that notification. Because what if you're not on Twitter? What if your account gets suspended? That happens sometimes.
What if Twitter blows up? That's also possible. Like, it's a very real possibility. This is why you got to be subscribed to it. So make sure that you're locked in. Because we won't be live these next couple of days. We're going to sleep. That's priority number one. But we'll have content for you all throughout the rest of the tournament. Every night that there's games, there's a live. We're here. We're talking about it. Again, Shawnee will have boots on the ground in Birmingham.
Go to Substack and
get ready.
Everybody now go to sleep because
yes, please. And all of this leads to no cap space at the Final Four. So make sure y'all are tapped in across all of our platforms. Everything you can find all in the description below. And we will see y'all next time.